Hi guys, this is Meenu. Welcome back to my channel, Story Tale. Today we're going to be talking about XOXO by Axie Oh. This book is part of my challenge where I have to read books from the alphabet A to Z, and of course X is one of the most difficult alphabet to find, and finally I found XOXO, and though it does fulfill my purpose, but I did not like the book. I'm not going to be giving any spoilers for this one because actually there's nothing much to talk about in this one. There are no twists or turns, anything, so there's nothing big to discuss about this book. Let me run you through a little bit of the premise of this book, then you'll know what I did not like about this book. The story is about Jenny, who is half American, half Korean, and she lives in LA with her mother. One night when she was working at her uncle's place, she met this cute boy with whom she instantly bonded. They spent a very beautiful evening together, they had fun and everything, but the boy suddenly disappeared and he never texted her back. She did kind of feel bad because she does not know much about the boy and even his secret identity. So she felt bad, but there's nothing she can do. Her mother's mother kind of falls sick, and that is why her mother has to go to Korea to take care of her while she's in need, and Jenny decides to go with her. There she has to complete her studies because she is still in high school. So she gets admitted into this elite school where she is gonna play cello, which is basically her instrument. She's very good at playing cello, and that is where she is gonna complete her studies. What she does not know is that is the school where she is going to find the boy whom she actually met that night, and also she does not know that that boy is basically a part of a very famous K-pop band, and he is kind of very famous in that school, and he studies in that school. So of course when she meets him, she's surprised, but they have to keep their relationship or whatever they have a secret, because it's gonna be a very big deal if it comes out that they have a relationship or anything. So it is a very big deal for them. That is why they have to keep it very hidden. Now let's talk about my problems with the book. You have understood the story. It does seem like a forbidden love story kind of a book, and when I read it, when I started it, I thought the same way, but it does not have the same charm or the same hotness of a forbidden romance, because it was so boring. The main characters, let's talk about Jenny. I like her. She is your average teenager. She's okay. I like her. She has a nice personality, but her main characteristic here is supposed to be that she plays cello, and that is where she's gonna make her career in, but she barely plays cello in this book. The only part that we get of her actually playing cello is when there's this showcase where she has to perform, and of course as she is the protagonist, she has to be the best, and she is the best. Like nobody can perform like her. She gets scholarship into everything, she wins every award and everything, so of course she has to be perfect. But throughout the book you will not see her practice for even a single moment. All she does throughout the book is pine over Javu. She is obsessed with him, she just wants to be with him, but still by the end of it she just wins the showcase and everything. Now let's talk about our second protagonist, who is Javu. I have never seen such a bland main character. He has no personality whatsoever in this book. I mean, we do not get much of his background. All we know is that he lives with his mother and his sister, and I don't think he has a father. Maybe he died or something, I do not remember. But we do not get much of his, we never get his point of view. We never see Jenny throughout his eyes. We do not even hear him speak most of the time. There's barely any dialogues of him. In this book, he just appears out of nowhere. He just pops out of nowhere. And there are certain things in this book that does not make any sense. He meets this girl. He finds her attractive. Fine. They have this bonding or whatever. So they start, having an affair. But when Jenny meets his family is greeting her like she's like the daughter-in-law. I mean, they're just teenagers. I mean, they are supposed to behave like teenagers. They're just behaving, oh, you're gonna marry him, oh, you're gonna be my sister-in-law and everything. Come on, they are just 17 or 18, I'm not sure, but they're just teenagers. Who talks like that? At least when it comes to teenagers, they have a long life ahead. Of course, their relationship is not gonna last. It's gonna be just a phase. They're not going to show that in the book, of course, but I know it's not going to last because both of them have nothing in common. They do not even talk that much. They just, kiss here and there. They just hide here and there. There's not even a single real conversation between them. They just hide and play and everything, but their story, everything, though, even their romance was just so bland. It just feels like a fan fiction of a K-pop star and a fan. That is all. And fan fictions can be really good if they are written well. But this book is just boring. It is very bland. In this book, Jenny literally has no peripheral vision. I mean, she cannot see anybody who is standing beside her, behind her. Okay, fine, if you cannot see anyone behind you, but you can have a feel, right? You can feel, you have this other instinct or something. But Jaewoo just appears out of nowhere. Throughout the book, he's just popping out of nowhere. And she's always surprised. Oh, Jaewoo! Oh, Jaewoo! This is what happens throughout the book. She just, finds him somewhere. Like, it's always a surprise when he comes. Like, he studies in this school and she's like always surprised by him. Oh, he's here. Oh, he's there. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing a voice. Oh, it's Jaewoo. Oh, I'm surprised by this one. Oh, it's Jaewoo. That is all he does in this book. It just appears and pops out of nowhere. I do not know. Like I said, he's just this fantasy of Jenny. That is all in this book. He has no personality, nothing. Other people in his bands has more personality. And to be honest, my favorite character in this whole book, or the only saving grace of this book, is Nathaniel. He is the only one who actually deserves any kind of praise because he's so good in this book. I really enjoyed his scenes. I really enjoyed his wit. He was very funny. And I also loved his love story with a girl. I do not actually remember her name. Maybe Shreya or Sheila. I do not remember her name, to be honest, but I really liked their love story because it did have a little bit of spice to them, and both of these characters did have a little bit of personality. Like, there's this girl who is in love but she cannot choose him because she has to be a big music star, and her mother is also very powerful, so she is kind of controlling her, manipulating her every move, so she cannot be with the guy that she actually wants. And that is the kind of forbidden love story that I really wanted. Jenny and Jaewoo's love story had no forbidden romance because their obstacle is actually not worth it. I mean, the only problem that they had in their love story is that their affair cannot be known. But by the end of the book, it did not matter anyway. So, and this is not a big deal. I mean, there are many celebrities who are in relationship all this time. So, I do not know why it is such a big deal for Jaewoo. So, I do not know. Like I said, there is no obstacle, there is no real conflict, but they have just created the stupid conflict. There was a real conflict between Nathaniel and the girl. I do not remember her name, sorry. I've forgotten her name altogether. I'm like totally blank. But that is the real conflict between them. And Nathaniel, he is such a funny guy, but deep down he is very upset because he loves her, but he cannot have her. So, of course, this is something that I wanted to read, and what I got was Jenny and Jaewoo, which was like such a boring, vanilla kind of a couple, which I did not like. I like book which has people of color or ethnicity, or the main characters are Asian or something. But in this book, none of this worked because the story was not good. The story has to be good for all of these things to work. But nothing actually worked for me in this book, and this is one of a famous book. I do not understand why. There are many things that I do not understand. There are many books that are hyped which I do not understand why, and this is one of those. This book has nothing, and it is such a short book too. It is not a long book. There's actually no build up to this book. There was no build up to the characters. There was nothing in this book except for Nathaniel. And that is why I'm going to give this book 2 stars, and that 2 stars is only for Nathaniel. That is all. There was nothing else going on in this book to actually be worth anyone's time. Do let me know in the comments down below what you think of this book. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is there anything you like about this book? Is there anything you do not like about this book? I would love to hear your comments, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.